Let there be peace among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar. Welcome to Satsang. Delight, bliss and beyond. All actions performed by the mind without attachments are non-actions, and this performance is called performance with no mind. And this is called no mind. You may be performing all kind of activity in the world, but without any attachment with the organs, with the respective objects, yet you are free. This delight that we derive from the experiences of the senses from the respective objects is not abiding, it is fleeting. And again, if we repeat the same experience which has been now stored in the memory, we need a desire earlier to call for this delight from the memory to have it again repeated. This delight is already past, not a fresh one, because you are called from the memory and you need first desire and then object of the desire to be experienced with your senses. Only unwise will have this repeated. The wise person will not do it, because any experience that is fleeting, any delight that is fleeting, he will not touch it. All the beings in the world are unhappy. Not a single person is happy in the world, because they all are delighting in the old experiences, and no one asks for anything fresh. So this is called delight. Let alone a common man, even the kings, even having the precious diamond, yet the king needs, I want Kohinoor. Anybody's desires are not fulfilled, but there is one thing, one very precious, give it any name or no name, which is not stored in the memory, will give you satisfaction and bliss, and perhaps will take you beyond the bliss also. That's what the topic we are going to discuss today is: delight, then bliss, and then beyond. First of all, nobody gets out of this trap of delight. Everybody is trapped into this delight, you see. Then someone who asks for bliss, and where is the bliss? Anything that is not called from the past memory is called bliss. Nobody could ever venture to investigate how to do it because this can be available by association with the sage, a perfect person who has known it, and he can enable any person to have this experience, or from the experiences of the ancients already come into some authorized sutras. So with the help of your own desire for abiding happiness, abiding bliss, or call it freedom also, something more than that can be called consciousness, because nothing beyond consciousness, you see. If you attain consciousness, this is, beyond this there is nothing more to be attained. Anything that can be attained would be lost. So having touched this Koh-i-Noor, the diamond more precious, unattained by anyone so far, you have to aspire for that. If you want really to get something very fresh, very new, which is unattainable, undescribable. Why I call it unattainable? And you also desire for that, because having attained it, the one who has experienced and that which has been experienced and the experience are knower, known, knowledge, merge into that itself. Therefore, I call it attained and also unattained. After attaining what? You have attained everything that has been worth attainment. Therefore, in this respect, it is complete, perfect attainment called moksham, liberation, emancipation, or perfection, bliss you can call it, or beyond even, or some people call it emptiness, some people call it fullness, but yet it is beyond any words. It has never been uttered so far, beyond any words. So that has to be aspired for. You must aspire something which you have never heard from anyone before. Not it could be landed into the memory, not it could be seen or heard or touched or thought. When the mind blinks for a moment, everything rises. This manifestation is the result of just a blink of mind. And if you don't wink for this single second, everything ceases. If you don't give a single stir of your mind, just for this instant, this finger snap, what I speak about is here and now. And my dear friends, you are that. and you are that, and you are that. And if you have heard it, and this word has not landed or touched your memory, you have gone beyond what I speak about. And somehow, if it has penetrated, trespassed into the memory, sneaked into your memory, then what you have got to do, fall in love with it. Keep fully devoted to it, walking, talking, sleeping, dreaming, awaking. Always get in touch with it, think of it, speak to it, worship it even. This is the only object or subject or beyond to be worshipped. Don't be afraid of this worship, because all these things are within that which I speak about. Everything is worshipable. Everything that you worship is that itself. What else could be there? If this is a gold, you make anything out of this gold, anything, may it be any animal, any bird, or anything, its goldness is not going to be lost. Only name can be different, form can be different. How its goldness can be lost? Like this, if you get it, the total consciousness, everything what exists in consciousness must be consciousness. Anything that is in the river, in the form of waves, bubbles, tides, whatever it is, must be one substance, and that could be only liquid, only water. If you look at the water and not the name that this is a bubble, this is a wave, if you know this, you don't need anything else. This single instruction is quite enough for those who really have deserved it for aeons of yogas and kalpas and times. This single hearing for once is quite enough. And for those, if they like, they can postpone it for a year or till the end of this incarnation for which you are born after all. Why you are here, what for you are here. Just to know who you have been and who you would be and who you are even now. Somehow you have lost the track of it. You need some guidance, some guide. Listen to him once, follow him, and you are out of this trap. And if you don't, doesn't matter. After all, how long this trap will remain a trap? Somehow its trapness has to be dissolved and solved once for all. So one satsang is quite enough. One word is quite enough. And knowing this thing, you are always in satsang. What is the meaning of satsang? living as truth itself is called satsang. Living as truth itself. No one can deny I am not truth. Truth means self, means consciousness. Who can say I am not the self? Anytime. So who knows I am the self is satsang. And who says I am not the self, I am not the self, still it is excellent. Still you are in satsang, I am not the self, I am not the self. As the fish says, as the fish is crying in the water, I am thirsty, I am thirsty, I am thirsty. And if the fish in the river can cry, I am thirsty, it means she is already alive. She is not thirsty. So, this is quite enough, and this is called satsang. In satsang, you are not told to do anything, to practice anything, because there are no modifications. It is immaculate, pure, purity itself. And you are pure. Who told you you are not pure, first of all? And that's only a talk. I am impure is a talk only. How can I am be impure? I am bound is only a talk. How can I am be bound? When you say I am, it's enough. Only if you add to it something, that is going to be trouble. Don't add anything. Okay. So here this time, make the best of this time. Best, don't postpone. Don't postpone. This postponement is called manifestation and bondage. Postponement, because if you don't postpone, you are here and now, you are free. And this postponement is called mind. Postponement is mind. I will do later. I will do tomorrow. Then this is mind. Mind is past, and past is memory, and memory is universe, manifestation, and repetition of births and deaths, and suffering, tensions. Even if you know it, there is no problem. Even if you know I am suffering, it's enough that you are not suffering, because already you know, if you know I am suffering, still you are not suffering. You have simply to know it, who this I am is. It's not the body, it's not the mind, it's not the intellect. Nothing of the sort. If you say I am, can you show this I am? It's not the body. You just investigate and tell me I am is not the body. What is this I am? You can just find out where this I am is. You will not find him. You will not find I am anywhere. Only words. So after some time I am speaking about this is happiness, and knowing this is called equanimity, peace, bliss, and before that was delight. Anything that is fleeting is called delight. Anything that is abiding is not delight. So here you are at peace, and equanimity is there, and you are bliss. Here is the bliss. So keeping up this for some time in this state, and not looking for, not desiring for anything from the memory of the past, staying for some time here and you will be thrown or called from somewhere else by someone else into somewhere else which you have never heard before, because what you hear is only about waking, dreaming, sleeping. That's all you have known so far. Anything that speaks to you in this physical form is waking state. Subtle form that we dream in the night is subtle form. There also we have got relations, and we see mountains and rivers and forests and animals, subtle form, and there also we have experience. And then in sleep also, that's all the three states we know. Therefore we have delight in one, and we have bliss in the sleep state. Again we repeat the same circle endlessly. So staying here in this state, you will be called from somewhere else into somewhere else. That state is not a state. States are only three. Beyond that, you can't call it a state. That is, you can call it a word. If you have to use word, I believe the Sanskrit word is prajna. Prajna is beyond that, beyond states, you see. Beyond, the beyond is called prajna. So that state is beyond the delight and beyond the happiness and beyond the bliss even. It is not even this, it is not even self, it's not even it. What has been given in some sutras, it word is used, this word is used, that word is used, that word is used. Not even that. That cannot be comprehended by mind, nor expressed, nor described, nor experienced, because for any kind of delight, bliss, enjoyment, you need someone to experience. Mind doesn't go there, intellect doesn't go there, senses do not present themselves there. So when all these beat, retreat, mind, intellect, senses, when they beat, retreat, that beyond is called Tita word is this. Some says beyond. Let beyond be beyond. I don't touch it. Because I receive many letters. Even today I will see. The letters always mention we lose what we get in the satsang when we return back home. We lose it. So we lose it after some time, and then we do not know what to do here. So it means anything that you are here in satsang, you have stored in the mind. So that is what we are discussing about. And this thing that you are storing in the mind, you want to call for and repeat it. So this is not the thing that you want to have it repeated and called for again. We are not speaking about that, you see. So don't mistake. When you hear, do not store in the memory so that you lose it. Anything in the memory can be called back. You can call back anything from the memory. When it doesn't land into the memory, you can't call back. So they are in trouble, they can't call back. Therefore, they take up to some other exercises, you see. So one of the letters I may read, I brought, but every day I receive this letter. So the satsang in Lucknow we lost it in a month. So I am just speaking about this thing. Do not try to grab it, grasp it, and store it into the memory. Anything stored in the memory is not satsang. It's called learning, it's called knowledge that you go to the universities and get. That have you stored in the memory and you get doctorate out of it. It's not that knowledge. It cannot be stored in the memory. You see, never it has been done. So let the word pass through and through, pierce through the mind and through the intellect, and let it go from where it came. One word, any one time, whatever, whenever, wherever possible. It is that one word which will work. So I am again trying to clarify. Don't try to understand what is spoken here. Just keep quiet what is happening. Don't try to listen even. Just keep quiet. You just keep quiet and let it go. What is happening, you don't be concerned of it, you see. That is some higher, supreme power. You are in the laps of supreme power. Don't use your intellect here. It is she who will take care of you. It is he who will take care of you. It is it will take care of itself. Who are you to understand it? So keep quiet for one, don't blink and don't wink. And keep quiet for one single second. Otherwise, you will have notions and expectations and ideations. That's what you will make out of this satsang. Don't try to have any notion, any hope that here we have come with the hope that we will be free. Give up this hope either. No hopes and no notions and no tensions also. No ideas about what it is. Don't form any ideas about it. This is called quietness, equanimity, silence and peace. Then the Supreme itself will enter into your open heart and sit down there permanently, because it is already there and you are otherwise engaged. Otherwise engaged, therefore it is concealed by some other desire. I want this and I want that, you see. So what you have to do, this anything through which you have camouflaged or concealed the original ultimate nature of your own self has to be discovered, uncovered, or to be revealed itself. It has to reveal itself by itself, not by any effort. Not by any effort. You don't need to make any effort. Not even to think about anything of the past, present and future. No thought and no effort. That is the requirement. How this precious gem, where it is concealed by you, how it will reveal itself, because the gem doesn't need your candle to be shown. It has its own luster, self-effulgent. As the sun, you want to see the sun not through your candle, through its own rays. Who will see the sun? Please give me a candle. I want to light the candle because I want to see the sun. It doesn't need the sun because it is the luster of light itself. So anything which is light. You don't need any effort to see it. You don't need anything to do. Simply keep quiet. Allow it to reveal itself. If you had kept quiet even for a single instant, for a finger snap, with a wink of your eye, once during this travel that you have done for 35 million years, my dear friends who are here. This is all a blink of minds. And now, if we are quiet, it has to reveal. It is self-effulgent. Never it has been concealed. But when the desire is there, then it is concealed. Because we desire something else. Something else. And that something else, we do not know that something else is also the same thing. What else you can aspire? Where from do you get anything else which is not already there? Wherefore? Who are you? So this is so simple. The trouble is with its beauty and simplicity and self-effulgence. You please merge into it, jump into it. That's all. Jumping into the lake of nectar, lake of amritam. Who will die? And we are afraid. In ambrosia, drinking ambrosia, I will die. How ridiculous. Okay.